The Association of Christian Communicators and Media, ACCM, is not in support of the Minister of Justice, Delroy Chuck's recent statement that the government is looking into banning corporal punishment in the home. We've got head of the ACCM Family and Gender Subcommittee, Dr. Patience Alonge. Yes, she's here to share the views of the association with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about the association? How long have you guys been around?
Well, we're a year plus.
Okay.
Yes.
And you are formed to give Christian?
The Christian Association for Communicator and Media is for family, ensuring that we have proper information that caters to the population. And we also engage in assisting family, the youth, and the wider population. So we ensure that whatsoever is happening within society, we ensure that the proper information is communicated to the population.
Okay.
So we do that by having town hall meetings, having seminars, and all the others.
Let me go back to your statement that you issued in relation to this issue that we're discussing. The statement reads, this effort to curtail long-standing and acceptable disciplinary tools available to parents is a direct overreach by the government and can only be seen as an effort to replace the role of parents in the home. Can you expound on that position?
We have other positions in the document when you read it in full. That particular section of the document is looking at the fact that when you say you're going to remove corporal punishment, we look at it as in the form of discipline, which is what we stand for as it relates to family and family value, and homes where you have a father and a mother with the children being guided and nurtured in love. So when you say you're going to remove discipline from home, it calls for some answers.
Is that what you hear him saying, though, that he's removing discipline from home?
We are standing for this is a corporal punishment. And when you look at the word corporal punishment, we know that it means when you beat and all of the other stuff that is being done. And we see that many other instances where parents go out of the boundaries and it looks more like an abuse than discipline. We know that, we see that. But for one to say you're going to take from home without you even thinking of the fact that the school system right now has been curtailed, no corporal punishment in schools, and teachers are having a hard time. And the minister said there is a madness in school. We all see it, we know it, we don't pretend that it's not happening. But when you now take that same step coming into the homes, whereas in Jamaica we already have things in place that protects the children, that helps the family. So all we need to do is to enhance this rather than say you're going to take away. Because the people we know what you say corporal punishment, but we are saying there are appropriate disciplinary measures.
Like a slap, you
can use for your child.
Slapping a child appropriately.
Appropriate. We put that in there just because he mentioned a slap.
Slapping a child.
I think the challenge, though, is how do you meter a slap?
How do you find appropriate?
Yeah. How do you say this is a slap and this is too much of a slap and tone down on a slap?
All right.
When in a home, how do you say to parents, corporal punishment is necessary, but when you're in that rage, how do you stop that rage? Because the reality is, when we speak to the children do not feel love. They do not feel discipline. What they feel is violence.
Okay.
And they feel trauma. Right. And I feel that's part of the trauma that is playing out in the schools as well.
All right, let me say this to you as well. We are standing for proper discipline within the home, all right? Now, when the mother let's assume a 5-year-old, you're not going to give a 5-year-old a big slap.
No, you are not going to.
I'm not going to do that.
But there's somebody else who
That's
will.
what we are
you
saying.
tell them that it's okay.
That's
so
what
I
we are
think what Harris is saying is, why go there? What I want to ask you, what is the benefit of beating a child? Let's start there.
Okay, I don't want to use the word beating. What we are standing for
slapping,
is the discipline.
Right.
There are various ways that you produce and release discipline to a child.
So what is the benefit of
I would
putting
rather
your
want to
hand
say,
on a child?
I would rather want to say, what is the benefit of discipline rather than, because when you look at the whole document, which we have, we have stated there that
what is the
family...
All right, so what is the benefit of disciplining a child through the method, the specific method of slapping or hitting?
That is not the only method.
I know, but I'm asking you.
That is not the only
I'm
method.
isolating this method based on what we're contextualizing based on what we're talking about.
I didn't,
because you are advocating that this can be an appropriate slap can be an appropriate method. So I'm asking you based on what premise is the association taking this stance? What is the benefit you have found of slapping a child appropriately, or I guess appropriately, because that's what you're saying, it's within these bounds.
Hold on. I want to ensure that there is clarity in the information.
Okay.
Because when he say slap and it is wrong, okay, we put in the document that there is a room for appropriate. A child is running up and down, is trying to pull away from the parent. I'm saying to you that what we consider appropriate is not an abuse where you have to ensure bodily harm to the child or bring the child to be beaten with any other thing that can cause a hurt or a harm to the child. So what we stand for is where the family is being supported to discipline a child in the appropriate way of, there are various methods, because he mentioned slap in his pronunciation. It's not like we are all saying, oh, you must go about slapping the child. No. We are saying that there are occasions that might demand that, and that is not an abuse.
But I'm asking you what the benefit of that is. So you've made the point.
So the benefit...
Because you also say it can be useful in schools. I don't want any teacher putting their hand this deeming what is appropriate slapping for my child. But so you've mentioned the point. We're on the same page now.
Yes.
Right. So based on what you've said, tell me what the benefit is. What does that teach the child in the ACCM's view? You're teaching the child not to do it again, or are you raising feelings of emotional issues in the child?
Well,
what have you found why it is that you folks are advocating that this is the right way?
No, I don't want you to put everything in that spot, and that is what I want to stand for. No, I'm going to answer you. I'm going to answer you.
I feel like I've asked you 4 times.
No, I'm going to answer you.
All right.
But I don't want you to put all the discussion that ACCM is standing for, slapping, and that is all we are standing for.
No, I'm not saying that either. We've established that, that fact.
So therefore, I want to say that many other persons who are adults today would have experienced some level of discipline which would have resulted in slapping. For me, you experience it. Okay, hold on. But let me say this, please. When a child is being slapped, there are, for what I know and I experience, the face, the head, and all of that is not where you have to bounce and bang and all of that. The buttocks is the place you tap a child. You slap or the hand. All right? We experience that. If a parent is trying to do something today, we know people are going out of the boundary. They are doing things excessively. It is out there in the social media for all to see. So we are not saying that that is okay. That is an abuse. And in our statement, we say such abuses must be punishable. And there are already room for people to be taken into custody and all of that. So for you to go to homes of 1-point-something million people and say that this is what is going to happen when X and X happen, you're taking it away. Then what do the parents have? That is our question. Listen, what do they have?
No, we're out of time, Doc, and I wanted to give you an opportunity because I've heard you say that, you know, we are zeroing in on the slap, but that in the document.
No, I didn't really, okay.
In the document, you have offered other types of discipline.
Yes.
We're out of time, but what are some of the other ways?
Okay. Other ways of disciplining a child, according to scripture, it says, he that the father loves, he disciplines. And that discipline, you can speak to the child.
Okay.
Definitely. And we do that.
Okay.
You speak to the child, you give instruction, you set rules in the home. There are boundaries and there are consequences. So within the home, the child, so the home we are talking about, that's why we were saying, if you read our statement, we wanted what we have put out before, which we even wrote to the Prime Minister, that there should be a ministry for family, so that family are catered for within the nation. They are guided, they are supported, they are helped. There are many mothers who don't have the support, and because of the frustration, you see things play out on the street. So we are stating that this Ministry of Family is very important for us to grow the new Jamaica. We're not going to take everything out of the home. Where will you put them? You need the children in the state care. How are they being catered for? How are they being fed? How are they being clothed? How are they being nurtured? Do they have that love and that closeness that they require? Okay. So if you take a child from the mother, where will you put the child? Okay. Where is that love? So we are saying the Ministry of Family, we cater for family. And when there are needs like this, like a mother beating the child, we publicly see, then the child can be put in a place of safety. And the mother too can be guided, helped and supported, not just to take the child away the way they do in the US and Canada and all over the place. We need to support that particular home, see what the problems are within that home, and support the mother. Say, mother, don't slap. There are other means.
Yes. All right, Doc. Okay, I'm glad you got to clear that up. We have to go. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for ACCM that you acknowledge what we're doing, and truly we want better for Jamaica.
We believe that. We believe that.
Head of the ACCM Family and Gender Subcommittee, Dr. Patience Alonge.
It's an emotional topic. I'd love to hear what the National Parenting Support Commission has to say on this. Dr. Kesia Carr, we'd love to get your views on this. After the break, we're going to meet Madam Chair of the Police Federation. That's after this.